Some purchases don't just make life easier, they change how you move through your day. Over time, as I tested different purchases to see what I really needed, I found a good range of items that I now use on a daily basis, and eventually lasting far longer than I expected. These are the 10 simple items I wish I had bought sooner. Each one has quietly improved my daily life, not by adding more, but by helping me live more intentionally. To start my list, I'd probably have to go with my good old electric razor. This one has been on my radar for a bit, actually. When I finally invested in a good electric razor, I didn't expect much of it, to be honest. With enough uses, I started to realize and appreciate its practicality. Not only did it save me money from avoiding buying traditional razors, it seemed to be far more forgiving on my skin. I don't know what's the standard, to be honest, but I bought the Philips One Blade on Amazon, and this one has stuck with me ever since. I would use manual razors for years before this. It's quick, disposable, often irritating. The switch felt like a small luxury, but yeah, it saved time, reduced waste, and fit seamlessly into my morning routine. Now it's one of those tools I don't think about. Just quietly does its job day after day. Reliable, efficient, and built to last. Next would have to be my good old smartwatch as well. A few years ago, I saw smartwatch as more of a gimmick, actually. Just another consumerist tactic to lure people into buying unnecessary gear that they don't need. But once I finally tried one, I couldn't imagine my everyday carry without it. I bought my first smartwatch, the Garmin Forerunner 245, back in 2021 when it was on sale, and I tried it on a whim. And it's still the same one I use to this day. Aside from swapping the straps, it's remained unbothered by the elements after taking it pretty much everywhere. I use it to track steps, runs, my sleep, and obviously the time. It's still packed with features I haven't even fully explored yet, but what I appreciate most is how it keeps me accountable. It reminds me to move, rest, and stay aware of my habit. And honestly, I feel naked going outside without it. Technology doesn't have to overwhelm, it can simply help you live with a bit more balance in your life. When I first got into coffee, it used to be more about speed for me. Get it, drink it, move on. But after a while, I began to see it differently. Now coffee is a daily ritual, a quiet start to my morning. I was never into coffee until recent years, actually. But when I did start, I decided to skip the cafe runs and make it myself. Those takeout cups add up quickly, and switching to Pourover gear saved me a surprising amount of money over time. The process slows everything down. The pour, the aroma, the quiet moments in between. And I like how it's something I can only get better at. It also gives me the opportunity to try different roasts and beans I wouldn't be able to at your typical cafe. Now it's not just caffeine, it's a consistent morning ritual to me. A calm few minutes before the day begins. As a content creator and editor, which I'm still getting used to calling myself, my work lives on hard drives. When I got deeper into video work and the data kept piling up, I realized I needed a real solution. Editing from my old hard drives was slow, not to mention reckless if any of them go corrupt. They just weren't built for that. So I invested in a high-quality external SSD. After searching for weeks online and seeing what's standard yet reasonably priced, I landed on the SanDisk SSD, and it's been an essential to me ever since. Compact, fast, dependable, whether editing in a cafe, backing up files, or traveling, it just worked well for me every single time. I also appreciated its form factor and the fact these things can be thrown around in my bag with less worry. It fades into the background because it never fails. And when your work depends on data, it's that kind of peace of mind that's priceless. Growing up in a family that frequently travels and always lugging around loads of weight on us, I was taught the value of practicality of your luggage and how to effectively make everything fit. In 2019, once I got my first big boy paycheck, I decided to invest in my own first real premium piece of luggage. Before that, I relied on my parents' mule bags and backpacks to get by. They worked and I appreciated it deeply, not to mention the gains from all the lifting as a kid, but They weren't necessarily comfortable for a long trip, so I upgraded to something a bit more tailored to my needs with added comfort as well, and it's been worth every cent. Smooth wheels, balanced design, durable build. I've taken this bad boy all over the world for the past 6 years and it hasn't shown much sign of wear besides some minor scratches. Years later, it's still solid and reliable, and I bet I can squeeze another decade out of this. Good luggage doesn't just make travel easier, it simplifies it. For anyone who travels often, dependable carry-on isn't a luxury, it's an investment that has paid itself back with every trip I made. Now this one is honestly one trend that I can get behind ever since I noticed its surge in the past few years. A simple yet effective purchase. Reusable water flasks. Before I got one, I'd go through countless plastic bottles that I would buy at the grocery. Switching initially felt like a small change, but it made a big difference in many facets. It reduced waste, saved money, and became a healthy habit, especially for someone who, like me, tends to neglect their hydration. It keeps my water cold for hours, saves me from impulse bottled water buys, whether I'm at an event or doing something outside, and it just sits beside my laptop every day when I'm at work. As for brands, I use Hydro Flask since I heard good things about it initially. Feel free to do your own research, especially with all these different brands emerging in recent years. It's simple, practical, and over time it's quietly paid for itself, just like much of the items on this list. Sometimes the most ordinary items are the ones that stay the longest. I never thought much about insoles until I tried a good pair that I found online with decent reviews. Let me tell you, it felt amazing, and I can almost guarantee you won't look back once you pick up the right pair of insoles. You don't realize you need them until you really feel the difference, especially for me since I have wide, flat feet and play basketball often. They make long days of walking, physical activities, and commute so much easier. The cushioning adds comfort instantly and the support for heel or arch alignment issues, and they protect from potential injuries. I also hear it helps extend the lifespan of your shoes, which I've noticed myself. It's a small upgrade that transforms how I move. Some investments you feel immediately, others you appreciate after a week of quiet, subtle comfort. And when your body feels good, your mind tends to follow. This one might seem like an oddball random item, but I never realized how much of a game changer a massage gun was until I tried one. I used to deal with sore muscles after basketball or gym sessions, and I just tend to wait it out to let fate sort it out. Then my brother lent me his massage gun and I understood the appeal instantly. This helped with my rotator cuff strains and recurring leg cramps. Instinctively, I got my own, nothing branded or fancy, just something generic, but it works perfectly. Quick relief and no need for massage appointments. It's always within reach and saves me from any expensive sessions or any further injury happening. It's one of those small upgrades that quietly improves your routine and reminds you that recovery matters as much as the work itself. I never thought much about belts. I used whatever I had. For a while, I even liked this braided belt I got at Walmart. They were flexible and easy to adjust, but they never really lasted and wore out rather quickly. Then I came across Ratchet Belts. Ever since picking up these neat belts, I haven't looked back since. No stretched holes, no worn fabric, just a precise fit every time with a precise locking mechanism. Simple, secure, and built to last. It's one of those small upgrades you only appreciate once you try it. As for the last item on my list, it's actually my phone. I used to buy budget phones. They'd last a year or two, then slow down or break. Super budget phones. The ones you start asking yourself, why are you making yearly contributions to landfills with these subpar devices? Eventually, I realized it made more sense to invest in something reliable while still not necessarily breaking the bank. That's when I chose to get the Google Pixel 7a. It sits in the perfect middle ground for what I was looking for. Something premium, clean, dependable, but still relatively affordable. The camera is top tier and I'm not exactly looking for the latest specs for gaming, just a phone that's made to last, which I found in the Pixel series. Not to mention its 7 years of guaranteed updates. That's a rarity among phones. It's the kind of phone that doesn't demand attention, it just quietly works day after day, and that reliability is exactly what I needed. When I look back at all these items, none of them are extravagant by any means. They're simple, practical, and quality tools, each solving a small problem that once took up more space in my life than it should have. It's easy to overlook these smaller upgrades, but over time they shape how you move, how you work, and how you rest. Living intentionally isn't about owning less, it's about owning better. These tools made my life calmer, smoother, and focused. Each one paid me back in time, comfort, or clarity. If I'd bought them sooner, I'd have saved more than just money. I'd have saved myself the little frustrations that can build up. Because in the end, it's not about having more stuff, it's about choosing what matters and letting the right things stay.